And then let me pull up. Right. What is up, y'all? Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're going to be doing, again, this is a cooking and cardio session. So we're going to be covering a little bit of meal prep. We're also going to be covering a VO₂ Max workout. I'm going to be infusing martial arts combined with it. We're going to get into the fun. I'm just pulling everything up. Again, remember, the first person to comment on each platform is going to get a $50 LOF gift card. Now, also, if you're watching the replay and there are no comments, or you're watching a chopped up video that's repurposed, there's no comments on that video. You comment, you can get a $50 gift card. You just got to screenshot it, shoot me an email. The details are in the description below. We'll take care of you, okay? And then we're also, if you're following, subscribing, when we go live, we'll also be doing a Amazon gift card or different types of branded gift cards. But first, before we get into everything else, I got to take my supplements. I haven't taken my supplements. I was going to wait for the workout. I'm going to mix everything up here. I'm going to throw in first my Clean Nutra pre-workout sticks. These, again, you don't need to actually mix into a water or any kind of liquid. It's something you can technically just do on your tongue, which I actually did. It actually tastes pretty good going on the tongue. I just personally, man, I like sipping on things, especially during the workout. It's just, it's really not even like a physiology thing. It's more of like a psychology thing. I just enjoy it. And then I slowly kind of get the beta alanine and get the tingles with it. It's just a personal preference, okay? So we got the pre-workout. Now I'm going to get my daily multivitamin gummy combo. Throw that down. It's also helpful from like a probiotic perspective. And then we're going to get in magnesium, D3K2. Yeah, it's pretty much my pre-workout ritual. Unless my workout's taking place at like 6 o'clock at night. Then I wouldn't take any of the stimulant pre-caf or pre-workout, the caffeinated ones. And I would already have had my gummies. Got my D vitamin. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I'm running low. I got my... Thankfully, they sent me a second one. All right, got that. Turn the workout on. Again, I'm going to be doing roughly about a 35-minute workout with the intervals and everything we're doing. And then we actually had Instacart food delivery, and I'm going to be doing meal prep. We're going to be going over the slow cooker recipe pack. I have the chicken noodle soup recipe, so we're going to be busting out my... Now it was actually a Kindle bestseller, fun fact. When we made it free, got in the, I think, top 10. And then our barbecue is number 2. We're going to be busting out the chicken noodle soup recipe. Before we do that, we're going to warm up for 2 minutes. Good morning. Good morning. What's up? Hello. Yeah, I see you on YouTube. All right, again, when you're the first person to comment, you can win a $50 gift card. You just got a screenshot to prove it, and then shoot me an email. The description and everything is in the description below with the details on what to do. You know the dealio. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for dropping in the comment. Kudos and congrats. What's up? Hey, hey. What's going on, everybody? I've got all the like stimulant oriented. I got my pre-workout. I got coffee from a local shop. Shout out to Panacea. Got some delicious coffee from there. I'm mixing that in with my pure protein strawberry shakes. This is like, again, my like pretty much daily ritual. Speaking of rituals, tomorrow during our office hours, it's going to be 5:45 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be highlighting the 5 habits that will be the foundation, again, and optimization for the new year ahead. Now, if you end up watching this like 6 months later, you can still apply the same logic. But I like with the new year coming ahead, people always ask me, hey, what are the high-level things I can focus on? Mindset, lifestyle habits. We're going to highlight the 5 habits to focus on that's really at the foundation of our coaching. I've talked about different versions of this when it comes to supplementation and pre-workout, but now we're going to talk about it from a just overall lifestyle, like re-explore that topic. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. Today, getting a VO₂ Max workout in. I'm doing my first 2 minutes on the ball, just getting some balance. Then we're going to be doing on and off 4 minutes, high intensity. I'm going to switch between jump rope, depending on how my heart rate's responding, or high intensity resistant banded shadow boxing. And then we're going to do 4 minutes low stim of jujitsu, like solo drills, balancing on the ball, things like that. We do that on and off for 4 rounds. So again, the goal is to get the heart rate up, focus on our max zone 5 stimuli, and then drop it back down. What's up? What's up? What's up? 4 minutes. You know, Susie. Okay. So we're going to do 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off. But to help with that warm up, I'm going to get the bands. We got a little bit more shadow boxing going just to, again, get the body primed physically as well as the nervous system primed. And then I'm actually going to do some meal prep. So this is something I've talked about to one of my, like, kind of, I would call him a business consultant, one of my best friends, and a kind of a silent partner in my company. We would talk about doing workouts and pairing it with an actual meal or the nutrition. Because a lot of times people will focus on, like, here's how we're going to work out. But we don't focus on, what am I doing after the workout? What am I eating? How am I eating? So today is actually a perfect example of doing the actual workout. And then we're going to be meal prepping right afterwards. You'll see literally what I like to do post-workout with my food. And being able to just, again, have not only dinner prep for later. Carrie's feeling a little under the weather. We're going to have some high protein chicken noodle soup. I'm going to make my turkey burrito bowl, which is like literally something I eat every single day. I've been eating it every single day for almost the last year. Just easy way to get in protein, veggies, nutrients. I just switch up the vegetables that go in it. And then I'm actually going to be making protein infused peanut butter cups. So if you like peanut butter cups like I do, this is going to be something you're going to want to come back to, because I've really taken the recipe and dialed it in and made, there's recipes out there already online, but this one's going to be basically about 100 calories per cup, and it's going to be about 7 to 8 grams of protein, depending on the ingredients you use, if it's similar to mine or not. We're going to actually experiment today. We're going to be using the Vitamix to blend it up versus just in a bowl. All right, so we got about 30 seconds. Where's our heart rate? Yeah, we're getting like 120. We're going to get up to 130, 150. And again, the goal today is just pure cardio or cardiovascular training. Tomorrow, I'm going to be sharing some data around how I train, why I train, and how it impacts an overall quality of life, the lifestyle habits of it. So if you guys aren't already, make sure you're subscribing, following, so you can stay up to date when we're going live. If you haven't noticed, I'm going to be going live a lot more where I have the bandwidth, the time. I'll be in New York next week with the kids, so we'll still be doing office hours, but the timing and the rhythm's just going to look a little different. So make sure you're staying tuned for that. All right, there we go. So it's 2 minutes shadow boxing, 2 minutes on the ball. System's pretty much primed. We're going to switch on and off now between, still going to use jump rope, but I'm probably going to use the jump rope for like the first minute or two to get my heart rate up. And then I'm going to also do some pacing with the shadow boxing and just having high volume, high output. And again, if you guys have questions, let me know. I'm going to check the chats, see what we got coming in. How many minutes do you have? So yeah, we're going to do 4 minutes of high intensity, 4 minutes of rest. Repeat that for 4 rounds. Right now, I did 2 minutes on the ball, 2 minutes shadow boxing. We're going to take about a minute here to recover, hydrate, and then we're going to go right into our first working round. And again, this is like a martial arts infused one, so it doesn't mean you need to be into martial arts to do this. You could just jump rope, but jumping rope is one of the things that boxers and pretty much any martial artist has probably used at some point in their career. That's one I'm a big fan of. So I'm going to, what I've learned is to not use the timer on my phone, because when we're live, it just doesn't make a noise. So I'm going to bring this up a little bit so you guys can kind of see as I'm moving. And we'll make it work, right, as best we can. With that being said, it's go time, y'all. We're going to get that first round in. The goals, again, we're getting our heart rate up into zone 5. So for me, that's 164 beats per minute or more. And hello, good morning. What's up, y'all? So again, if you're the first person to comment on wherever you're watching this, you can get a $50 LOF gift card. Just screenshot it, send it to the email in the description, and I got you. All right, so now we're off to the races, y'all. We're getting 4 minutes in. And if you guys are following along at home, let me know. I want to know. I want to know what love is. I want you to tell me. And then after this workout, after about 40 minutes, I'm going to be doing meal prep, so you guys can join along in the cooking side too. All right, I'm not going to be able to talk much. Going single side, yeah, heart rate's already good. Get the weight up, it's tricky. See, I'm going to change this camera. I feel like my head's getting cut off here a little bit. Let me know how it looks and sounds over here on this one too, because playing with all the camera angles gets a little tricky. It's a little interesting too. Hitting bands. I'm hitting bands. That's the only thing I have to be mindful of is like with the gym one rack, being able to like be aware of where things are at. All right, let me scooch this up a little bit more. Here we go. Let's get it. Yeah, we got a minute and a half in. Heart rate's about 160-ish, 165 right now. So we're in the right zone. That's where we want to be. Double check. So that's why sometimes I got to give this because it'll drop down, but now it'll fix back up. 165, 164, 161. All right, let's get it back. Let's get it back. And again, everything I'm using, if you're watching it where there's like shopping products on Amazon, on TikTok, you can shop the products. If you're watching elsewhere, I put a link to our shop so you can actually check the products out if you want to, from the bands to the jump rope, the weighted vest, the shorts, the hat, cookbook, workout book, all this stuff, the gear, even the cooking utensils, slow cooker, all that stuff's in the shop. Gotcha! And again, if you don't have a jump rope at home and you want to follow along, you can do jumping jacks, you can do squats, you can do jump squats, you can do burpees. You notice a lot of it's like a high impact. See where we're at. Yeah, 170. We got 1 more minute. If you don't want high impact, you can just do squats or step, lateral moving jumping jacks, depending on where your fitness is at. We'll also just do something that gets your heart rate up to zone 5. If you don't know what zone 5 is, well, you need our app. We got you. Reach out to me. I'll help you out. All right, where are we at? 30 seconds. Ooh, yeah. Last 30. Let's go. Check the heart rate. 170. Drop it down. 3. Big enough. Let's go. Finishing it strong. And after this, I'm going to do some solo jiu-jitsu drills. If again, you guys don't want to do jiu-jitsu, you're not into it, this is a time to rest after this 4-minute round. Yeah, that's 4 minutes. Now you're either resting or you do some light movement. You can walk. Me personally, we're going to bring it down to the ground. We're going to do some jiu-jitsu drills. We're going to bring it into some solo jiu-jitsu friendly type of drills. This is where I take the weighted vest off though. First round, we want to just get the heart rate up. Now, we're going to bring it in. So one of the things I like to do when it comes to the ball is you can do wrestling drills. You can down block. So you just step back, down block to reshot. Down block, step, heel, toe, reshot, posture up. Again, not the highest level wrestler, so we're just going through things to move here. But you do want to be technical. The other thing I like too is we can even start to work through a smash and pass jiu-jitsu style. We're getting heavy pressure, right? Hugging the hips. Maybe we kick one leg back, boom, replace it. Starting to work our pass, kicking back, come out to the side, go knee on belly. We can work on transfers. One thing I'm not a huge fan of is in tight spaces to do crazy movements, because that's how you just like break and bump into stuff. But again, going through transfers, different things like this, 7 different movements, even just thinking we're putting our hands on our person trying to pass the guard. step to the side, step to the side. But the key here is I want to get the heart rate down. 120, slowly falling. And then I like to mix. If I feel like I'm getting too much movement, I'm just getting too much stimuli, slow it down, just bouncing on the ball. We'll keep switching this on and off. So already we got those 2 minutes into the rest. We got 2 more minutes of the rest round. That's round 1. Then we're going to go back into round number 2 of the work round. And again, after these 4 rounds, we're going to do meal prep. I'm going to do a slow cooker recipe. I'm going to do a turkey bowl recipe. I'm going to do a protein-infused peanut butter cup recipe. So we're just knocking this stuff out. Maybe even lean intestine will come help at some point. Probably not. So right now they're enjoying some food, hanging out, having some downtime outside of school. Winter break, official on Monday. I guess depending on how you define it, right? What do you guys think? Is winter break the weekend, or is it that first technical school day where you're off is when winter break really starts? All right, we got 1 more minute here, y'all. 1 more minute, and we're going back into jump rope. So again, even for the jiu-jitsu drills, and then we can also swap this too with some things from the floor, not just with the ball. That's the other cool thing too. We can get creative with some. One of the things I love, one of the most baseline jiu-jitsu things is roll, then sit up, whether it's to a butterfly S-type guard or to a full like V-sit, then a nice little back stretch. I find that to be extremely helpful for getting some dynamic movement into my posterior chain, into the spine. And then if you really want to get fancy, depending on your back mobility, you can kick those feet up overhead, then come up. You could even go into a all right, now I'm going to try and pass, going into a knee pass and rock back. What I don't recommend is doing this on a hard floor like I'm doing right now, sustainably, but it actually feels quite nice because it's cold. With that being said, that's 2 minutes. I'll go back into round 2, and then probably on the next rest period, I'll pull out some puzzle piece mats that I have. Here are those puzzle piece mats over here. Yes, they are. Look at that. I set myself up for success. So this is where these puzzle piece mats become clutch, y'all. We're going to have these for the next round. I'll lay them out so I'm not jacking my back up. With that being said, now, especially, I'm going to change the camera angle here a little bit more. Come on up. 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 And again, if you guys want to ask questions in between rounds, I'll gladly answer them. Now, especially because I don't have to jump rope, or I'm sorry, the weighted vest on, I can increase my speed on the jump rope. So I got higher volume. I like having a hat because it keeps the sweat out of my eyes. I got to be honest. And if you've noticed, it's an LOF hat. Little plug there. Yeah, Peter Buggy, don't come over here. If you want to put on your, if you want to get fully dressed, you can come over here. But not in just your jammies like that. Not me and Jelly Bean, what do you need? Oh, you want some crackers? What's these? Oh, you want these. There you go. I got you, girl. Daddy's got you. Misha! Also, one of the other awesome things about jump rope is the coordination component and how it stimulates your brain. Great for ADHD. Fun fact. Pretty much all martial arts or any martial arts related movement is going to be awesome for your brain. Except for getting hit in the face. Getting punched is the only one that's not so great for your brain. However, you could argue dodging punches and using evading movements can be great for your brain chemistry, so long as you're not actually getting hit. All right, 2 minutes down, 2 minutes to go. When the food got delivered, I think. So I'll be able, after this workout, bring the food in. We're going to get right into meal prep. When I was ordering the food, I made a video on that, a screen recording. So if you guys make sure you're following the channels I'll be posting out what I actually search for, like how I look for organic ingredients, how I look for frozen versus fresh. Now, ironically, I'm talking about how good this is for our brain, but I can barely speak. Really has to do with the fatigue, if I'm being honest. One more. And again, after this, we're going into 4 minutes of relax round, going jiu-jitsu drills. 30 seconds. This is where the fatigue starts to really settle. I've noticed my last minute or so gets real. Also, who watched the Jake Paul AJ fight last night? Curious if anyone watched it and what your thoughts were on it. Because you finished him in the 6th, but I know a lot of the boxing heads are like, dude, if he makes it past the 4th, it's going to be a problem. He has lots of judgment around Joshua. But I think he was being very cautious. And once he got comfortable, you can kind of see him open up. Also, I thought it was an interesting tactic by Jake Paul. So basically, anytime he got rocked, he was like shooting a takedown. And they didn't even flag him or give him a standing 8 count for the first, 3 or 4 of it. But it bought him time for sure. All right, so now let's bring it back down to the ground and get into our rocks. Oh, what's up, KPC? I see you. So again, we're going into these solo jiu-jitsu drills. I've covered what you can do with the ball, covered some of the rock backs. Now I want to cover even just shrimping in place. Again, don't need a lot of space for this, right? So what I'm going to do now, though, is because I've got my puzzle piece mats, I'm going to do it on the mat. And this is even helpful for jumping rope reasons too. And voila. This way I don't put my back on the floor. And a little bit smoother. And again, I'm just letting this 4-minute time window let my heart rate settle. So we're doing 4 minutes high intensity, high VO2. But again, now that I got the mat, I can go back to my rocks, sitting up. I really like this drill just to get used to if you're trying to go to different sweeps and then having to come back up and pass. Again, just being athletic. Not even being athletic, just being comfortable to control your body. I think it's the better point. And then another one I really enjoy too is from a butterfly position. I like to do it sideways, especially in the kitchen. So again, I'm here kind of setting up my butterfly, right? I got my one hook, leg under, got my overhook, or we've got a heavy cable grip controlling the arm, pinching. I like the overhook. We're gonna sweep, and notice on this bottom leg, that's my pivoting leg. This one's kicking them over. But I'm able to control on my foot and lean on my shoulder. That's why jiu-jitsu is just great for overall mobility and body control. So again, this bottom leg is going to do the pivoting and posting. Top leg is going to do the actual swing. So overhook, kick them over, boom. And again, when you have a really athletic person you're rolling with, like a wrestler, a lot of times they're going to fight that and try and cut their hips. So you want to even be able to control this bottom leg and shoulder, or you can follow them. You can on that bottom kind of post and pivot and follow to kick them over. Again, there's more nuanced kind of jiu-jitsu technique, but it's also great for overall movement. So I'm just going to kind of cycle through a couple of these. Again, I've got my shrimping. When I'm not going into class, I haven't been able to make it to class this week, I like to still do these solo drills to keep my body fresh. And when I say fresh, I mean fresh to basic jiu-jitsu movements, because you can get rusty, right? And that's where you can lose opportunities. So being able to just be fresh, being mobile, being able to condition your body for particular movements. There's no supplement or exact replacing live rolling, just like live sparring from a conditioning standpoint. But being able to just move and keep your body fresh neurologically can go a long way. All right, but I'm going to take the last minute because my heart rate's actually staying at above 120. I want to see it come down a little more. So we're going to take this last minute to just let the heart rate come down a bit. I'm going to stay on the puzzle piece mats here so that we can not only protect the floors, but protect the joints and the impact of it. That's a big thing for me, at least, is the impact. That's why I don't always love using the weighted vest, being mindful of the compression on my spine, but it can be a helpful tool. I find it more helpful for doing like pull-ups, push-ups, walking, hiking, things like that. Thank you for the follow, Kimmy. I see you. Speaking of which, if you guys aren't following or subscribing already, make sure you are. I'll be back tomorrow with the office hours, and we're going to be talking about, again, lifestyle habits that you can focus on that will just level up your quality of life, okay? Again, some of it's not going to be super mind-blowing or super sexy, but it's extremely effective. It might even be simple. Simple doesn't always mean easy. All right, with that being said, that's 4 minutes. This is round number 3. Let's get it. Let's see. Hold on. What you got here for me before I get going? Hey. What's going on? Thanks for dropping by and saying hey. Appreciate you, Kimmy. Also, if you want to, because you're the first person to comment on Amazon, take a screenshot, email it to me, and I'll send you a $50 LOF gift card. Oh, bands are getting knocked down. Means I got to move up a little bit. I'm whipping the bands behind me. So I got to be mindful of my spacing. I'm saying mindful of my spacing, like stepping on stuff, hitting things. We make it work, though. Well, we make it work. Also, if you guys have questions on any of the products or anything, just let me know. And Kim, I see you said something, but I can't see it right now. What's the email address, right? That's the only place I don't have it on Amazon. It's lifeofafighter@gmail.com. Okay, so wherever you guys are watching this, the only place I don't have it is Amazon doesn't have a description area. But if you go to my profile, you'll see also my link tree, and it allows you to email and contact us there through the website. lifeofafighter@gmail.com. That's where you can send all your prize redeeming picks. Unfortunately, I can't type that in the chat on Amazon. I think it's, for some reason, AI flags it. All right, we got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes in round number 3, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's see what we got. Yep, you got it. That's exactly it. You got it, Kimmy. You know what's up. And then after round 4, I'm going to be getting right into our cooking. All right, 90 seconds. Yeah, keeping that heart rate above 170 right now. We're flowing. Let's see what you got. Okay, I'll do it after you, feed. Cool beans. All right, last minute. Let's go. Also, I love hearing from you guys too, as far as like if you have topic requests or questions or things that you want to see. Give me, you included anyone on YouTube or other platforms. TikTok, I'll see y'all. Like again, tomorrow's office hours, we're going to be going over performance impacting habits. 5 habits that will impact your performance in your health and wellness for 2026. So it's really going to be applicable any year, any time of year. Just because it's the new year, we're calling 2026. But 5, I'm touching this mat. So that's something I got to match my position. 5 lifestyle habits that will drive your performance. I'm talking physical performance, mental performance at work, at home, in your personal life. 5 specific habits. And if you're not doing, you're leaving money on the table as it goes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Actually, it was over like 30 seconds. So. All right. Just going to check the mat positioning. Yeah, we're good. So that was round 3. Now we're going to do round 3 of the recovery side. Again, I'm going to be doing more of a jiu-jitsu inspired recovery. Yeah, see, that's what happens. The AI, see how it like already even moved it. But what's up, everybody? If you got questions, let's see if I miss any questions. Appreciate you all. I see you. I see you guys. Thank you for the love. Okay, let's bring it down. Let's get some of our jiu-jitsu drills. And another one that's kind of fun too is that I enjoyed. I showed this when I was doing the core part with my VO₂ Max benching, but also from a jiu-jitsu standpoint. What we can do is you can get on your hands and just start to cut your hips. Bring them back, cut your hips, bring them back. Just playing with different types of body control, going through the ball, going into bridging, coming back. I'll bring this camera down here on Amazon so you guys can see too. Yeah, they just don't want you to share like contact information, I guess. Or I'm not 100% sure. Amazon's constantly changing their policies. So it's something I work to stay up to date with. But sometimes. So again, on the ball, we can do bridges. But one of the things I love for jiu-jitsu reasons is going from what would almost seem like a glute bridge to a chest pass. And being able to circle around, being able to work an underhook, slide knee in, control the hips, fight for an underhook, have chest pressure. Just being able to work these different types of movements is fun, honestly. And then pop up, knee on belly, transfer. Then you go to the hands, cut the hips, come back, cut the hips, maybe do a step over. There's all types of different creative ways from a jiu-jitsu or a grappling perspective you can work the ball. Or just, even if you don't care about martial arts, fun ways to just keep it exciting. One of the things I like to do is just sit through, come back. You can even, one of the places when I went to a wellness retreat, one of the craziest things I saw is just literally bouncing on the ball to help stimulate your lymphatic system. And you have different, obviously, lymph nodes at different parts of your body. So this bouncing just is a great way to get warmed up, especially for someone I was talking about VO₂ Max training. If you're really, really challenged with your cardiovascular health, literally just bouncing on the ball can be the high intensity that you focus on. Like I'm looking at my heart right now. I'm at like 140. So I'm actually going to let it cool down for the last like 90 seconds before we go into round 4. But being able to use the ball, the band, jump rope, these are like really cost effective and doesn't take up a lot of space, but extremely high return on investment. I'm getting released from the hospital, so I'll send that email right now. Oh, dude, is it your heart? And yeah, even if you want to catch up and just like dive into different things, let me know. Happy to chat. You know what I mean, Kimmy? But yeah, if you guys again also have questions, TikTok, Amazon, everywhere else, let me know. I'm checking it right now. And again, if you're the first person to comment on the other platforms too, take a screenshot, send it to the email, redeem your $50 gift card for LOF. Oh yeah, here we go. Still got some pre-workout left in here. And then again, remember, after this, I'm going to be doing the cooking. Text later. Okay. We got about 30 seconds left. We got one more round for our jump rope. Again, the goal is to keep it 164 or above. Honestly, what I'm actually probably going to do for this last round, I'm going to pull the jump rope out. We're just going to straight up go high output shadow boxing. What I mean by that is I'm just going to be doing lots of volume. And I was just getting a little nostalgic, if I'm being honest, watching some of the pad work I was doing with one of my coaches. Shout out to Coach Tito, Coach Tony up in New York, the Flores brothers. We're doing a lot of boxing work, even though I have a Thai boxing background, but working the hands, so that's been a lot of what I've been working lately. And now I'm working southpaw, so I get to get a little more comfortable with it. So point is, trying to do 100 punches a round, but even when it's like pure speed and volume, 100 punches a minute. So it should be anywhere from like 200 to 400 strikes this round. Still working some checks there too. Working our defense. Oh. Split. Oh. Oh. You see that, Hope Bear? Hope Bear, you want to come hang out with me? We're gonna let Hope Bear come finish the shadow boxing. I gotta step up my volume now. I'm only at like 140 right now. Hey, Hope Bear, you want to come with me? Come on, Hope Bear. Come on, Hope Bear. Look, Hope Bear's gonna come join us, y'all. Work, girl. See if you can get me. Come on. Come get me. Come on. Come on. Wee. It's just the pace here. The only thing I've learned with the watch is giving it a couple seconds to let it acclimate to the pace. Yeah, because 135 is not accurate. There we go. There we go. Yeah. You like that, Hope Bear? Work it, Hope Bear. Work it, Hope Bear. Hey, the cool thing with VO₂ Max training is you can do almost anything as long as it gets your heart rate up. That's the intention. Little fuzzies on your head, girl. You got some fuzzies on you. Now let's kick it up to the red band. Let's really finish hard, okay, Hope? You ready? Finishing hard pace. Last 90 seconds. Ready? Yeah, look at that. Now we're working. Now we're working. Okay, get into the magnets. 36. Here we go, Hope Bear. Last 30 after we put the pace on. Fun thing about human psychology, we have the best memory for the first 20%, the last 20%. So that means the first 30 seconds, the last 30 seconds of a round. Here we go, last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, time. That's our time, y'all. So that's the cardio portion of our workout. Now we get to pack things up. Now we're going to do the meal prep portion. We got the cardio part down, right, Hope Bear? Now we do the cooking. Hope Bear! Hope Bear, you want to help me bring the food in? All right, well, now it's time to bring the food in. All right, so I'm going to be in and out of the frame, getting our fruit up in this, or our food up in this bad boy. I'll make some room because I'm going to be doing the chicken noodle soup on our slow cooker, and we're going to be doing the turkey bowl. Which where's? Oh yeah, I still have some leftovers. Also, look what we got here. Terry, do you want to explain the recipe to these beautiful folks for the peanut butter cups?
Sure.
While I'm getting the stuff in.
So it's, what is it?
So
It's
Carrie's
3/4 cup.
Stand right in front of Hope is where people will be able to see.
Okay, so it's 3/4 cup of almond flour. You could probably also use coconut flour.
Hi, baby.
or other nut flour, but you may want to adjust the ratio if you do. We use almond flour. It's really good. Then it's a 1/4 cup of like any kind of chocolate protein powder. We just use the Publix Greenwise brand whey protein powder.
I do like the Nutter Butter though.
Yeah,
Don't we use the Nutter Butter protein because even the chunks?
Yeah, I didn't like that one as much. I like the whey, but he preferred that. And then it's 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. And oh my goodness, what else? Oh yeah, and a 1/2 cup of peanut butter. Sometimes we kind of do like a heavy 1/2 cup, like sometimes even up to 3/4 cup, because Michael really likes peanut butter. And we should know thank you. And then you're gonna use a cup of chocolate chips. We use the Ghirardelli semi-sweet, but you can use any kind of chocolate chips. With a teaspoon of coconut oil. Then you microwave that to make the outer coating. So you mix together the first 4 ingredients, the almond flour, the peanut butter, the maple syrup, and the whey protein. And then you shape them into little eggs.
And when in doubt, just use your water for weighted trucks and farmer walk.
Little eggs like this. And you shape them into little eggs, and then you let them sit in the freezer for like 30 minutes. Sometimes I let them sit in for much longer. Honestly, it just depends on what I have going on. But 30 minutes should be enough. Then you melt your cup of chocolate and your teaspoon of coconut oil in the microwave. And when your frozen eggs come out of the freezer, then you just dip them in that melted chocolate. You probably want to give it a little stir after it comes out of the microwave because it might not be completely consistent. You do want kind of a rather good consistency. And then you just dip the little eggies in there. And then we put this spring salt, sea salt. It's kind of like a bigger ground sea salt on them. And they are so tasty with the salt. The kids don't always like the salt, but we love them with the salt. Can I have one?
Yeah, and what I wanted to say is like post-workout, after a high intensity or weight training session, like if it was an active recovery day, I wouldn't do this, but this is one of my favorite things to break my fast. Yeah. Or to do, you could even do a pre-workout, honestly, but post-workout too. These are so good. And because they have 8 grams per 100 calories, it's actually a pretty solid, even just almost like meal replacement option too.
There's only 8 with a 1/4 cup of the whey?
Yeah, 8 per 100 calories.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because the peanut butter has a lot of protein too.
Yeah, so between the protein powder,
almond flour,
and the actual peanut butter. Or we could even substitute, I've played with to make it even maximal protein. Not doing the powder, but doing a like PB2 or a nut powder by itself instead of a butter.
Are you making them right now or are you making the food?
I'm going to do a slow cooker. And I'm going to do the turkey burrito. I'm going to empty this out into the bowl. Also, I realized, I don't think I put this in the carousel, but this is another brand that gifted us these bowls, Davidas Home. They have 2 different sizes they sent us. They've been clutch. I've been using these for over 2 years now. And I have leftovers from yesterday. So here's how it typically tends to go. I don't eat an entire pound. Again, they're usually like 4 servings for us. Carrie will have 2. I'll have 2. Usually maybe I have 3 of the 4 and Carrie will have 1. Yeah. But I had leftover, so I use that as my like immediate meal ready post-workout. So when I break my fast, I'll have maybe the peanut butter cup, something sweet, protein as well. And then I'll also have the kind of turkey bowl. This one didn't have the chili powder. I used different seasoning last time, so it looks a little different coloration-wise. And then I will make a fresh bowl that we'll have for dinner or in the evening time. So I'm going to move this over, though. Actually, I want this. I'm going to use this for the chicken. I'm going to slide this back. And here's the cool thing, too, y'all, is with the crock pot recipes, it's like, even if it's not in the shop, I can just put our actual crock pot right here, the bowl for it, and I'm just going to put, this is, again, from our recipe book. This was a number, it was actually the top 10. It was the 10th position on the Kindle edition when we made it free during the holidays. So I was really proud. Thank you guys for the support on that. And you can still buy the printed or the digital, the Kindle friendly. So here's what we got. Our crock pot chicken noodle soup. Check this out. 300 calories, 34 grams of proteins. Like perfect for what I like to look for my protein to calorie ratio. And you're going to have vegetables. Like we were literally just talking about this. We want the kids to get more vegetables and fruits in general, especially when they're not feeling good. So being able to get in a delicious chicken noodle soup. They love the egg noodles. Oh, I didn't get egg noodles. That's like the one thing I didn't get.
You can use a different noodle.
Yeah, we're just gonna use different pasta. I literally just went food shopping for this, and ironically, I didn't get the egg noodles. But I wanted to share that with you guys as we're getting prepped and ready.
Bow tie.
Yeah, the bow ties are actually a really legit option. I still have enough, but if we have the wheels or even the lasagna, the girls love lasagna.
Yeah, you can put the lasagna and cut it up, slice it up.
No, I would literally we have like actual strips of lasagna, so I'm gonna just literally mix up a bunch of pasta and throw it in there. We're gonna get a little creative. You guys are like me and you like forgot an ingredient. There's always ways to substitute too. But first thing I'm gonna do, I got both regular whole chicken breasts and then I got some chicken tenderloin, so they're a little bit thinner. It calls for 1.5 pounds, but I'm gonna do about 2.5 pounds because I want to kick up the protein. And we're gonna cut it up, drop it in. Hope Bear is gonna chomp on whatever it is that she's chomping on, and we're gonna go from there. So first, let's get the chicken cleaned. I'm also gonna wash my hands first and foremost since I just worked out. Don't forget about that, y'all. And then even we have our Myers soap. If you guys are curious what we're using over here. Again, if you have questions, let me know in the Juicy chat. Drop the comments. Okay. This is where the cutting board becomes helpful. Shout out to our Royal Craft wood cutting board. They actually gifted me this a very long time ago. Thank you to them. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not going to really trim up too much of this. The chicken breast is quite lean. I literally just want to rinse it. We'll take off maybe some of the silver skin, or the like tendons, I should say. If I feel like it's too much, like even right here, a little bit of fat, and take that out. What am I just getting?
Getting chicken schlop all over the floor.
It's all right. It's on the floor. Hope will just eat it up. She loves it.
Yeah, Misha will eat it. Misha, come here. Look, Daddy's got raw chicken juice for you.
This is probably where I'll use our scissors. I will actually bust out our scissors from our whatever set. So I have 2 knife sets right now. We have the Yokoitas. I don't even know how to pronounce it. And then we have our Master Mason one. Right, Hope Bear? So just trimming up any of the fat pieces, any of the like tendons. I think of my brother anytime I find a chicken tendon because he like literally ruined his like homes or his meal at school because he got like a gross tendon once.
Uncooked, not cooked enough.
Yeah, and I've seen so what you could do too is you could just grab a paper towel. This is what I've seen is like probably the most effective technique, just literally grabbing a paper towel and just pulling it out of the chicken tender. But depending on your skill set there, you may feel more or less comfortable with that. Apparently, I'm not as skilled because I just ruined one. But that can be one of the many options that you use. I personally will just like cut it out, honestly. And then the cool thing is with the slow cooker too, it makes it so juicy and tender that it affords a lot of like errors potentially if you're messing things up. Right over there. Boom. Fresh chicken tendies. Yeah, you said Hope Bear. So yeah, what do you guys think? Any questions? Let me know. I'll check the chat, the comments. But basically right now we're just, again, going from a post-workout. That's why I like having those peanut butter cups or clutch. So it'll hold me over while I'm making food. Because the last thing you want to do, from my experience, is be starving and go food shopping, or be absolutely starving and go right into a post-workout meal. Especially if your goal is body recomposition and losing body fat, because the tendency for you to overeat is way greater. So being able to have something like a post-workout smoothie or shake to curb some of your appetite is really clutch. I'm sure we're gonna have to use this tendon ripper. Can I give Misha this raw chicken?
Raw chicken for Misha? I mean, technically yes, but I don't know. From the store, I wouldn't necessarily.
We'll say no. All right, sorry, Misha. No raw chicken for you. No raw chicken for Misha. Misha. Whoa, Bear. Cut that piece out. Cut this piece out. And I'll just cut this up into little pieces. And then what I'm going to end up doing is cutting these into cubes too for the chicken noodle soup. Oh yeah, Hope Bear? Tell me more. All right, so we're just going to cut these up into a little bit more smaller pieces, and then we're going to drop it in. All right, should take only more hope here. All right, let's bring it back over here so y'all can kind of see what's going down. We're going to move it to not everything's touching. So again, I'm just cutting this up into smaller little pieces so you can kind of see. I'm going to cut it into even like smaller cubes, almost about a 1-inch cube. That's what we're looking for. Something like that, to me, is like a perfect size. Oh, Bear, what's wrong, puppies? We got some of that. Drop that in. Bless you. And we'll drop in our chicken broth. We got our noodles. We got our veggies. I already bought some pre-chopped celery. Then we'll just chop up the onions. Now, here's the thing. Because I use this for the chicken, I'm obviously going to use a different cutting board. And that's what I like about the different cutting board sets. Like the Royal Craft, they have different sizes. The one that I have is a 3-piece set. Hope you're killing me. Here, Kara, can you come grab a bear?
I already am doing it.
She is not happy about it. She's like, what is this deal, Daddy?
Are you stuck? You stuck? You can't move? Did you see something you wanted that you couldn't get?
Now, what we originally, my game plan, by the way, was to do the meal prep first, then work out, but the delivery wasn't here in time, and I wanted to just get a workout in. So, the real pro tip is to do this before your workout, then while you're warming up, like even with the dessert recipe, because it takes about 30 minutes for the food to freeze or the mixture to freeze. When you're done with your workout, then boom, you have the frozen piece, you melt the chocolate, and then it's pretty much ready another 30 minutes after that. So it's kind of a perfect combo. And I always leave a little bit of leftovers to hold me over. So I'm never like out of food altogether. Every once in a while that might happen. But yeah. So here, again, and you can like, I probably could have even bought pre-cut chicken, but it's just even more expensive. So we're trying to be still budget friendly and mindful here. So we're cutting up into about 1-inch cubes. Tenderloin's obviously the easier one. Have a good pair of scissors. Multi-purpose is clutch. Misha's just like staring at this. I know Misha's. Go, cubes. Oh yeah. So we're getting like 2.5 pounds worth of chicken in this one. So I'm gonna wash my hands after this. We'll wash all this. And then once we get the slow cooker going, then I'm gonna do my turkey bowl, and we're gonna do the dessert. We got all the meal prep going down, y'all. So this is like what I find, like when I do meal prep, is another pro tip, like either just for my brain chemistry, the ADHD oriented, and even for the non-ADHD, non-neurodivergent, sometimes it's just easier to like do everything in one go. What I mean by that is like, cool, I'm doing my dinner right now. We're going to have that slow cook for the next 4 or 5 hours. I'm going to have a backup, like not only lunch, but this will even have a lunch for tomorrow and dinner. And this will be multiple servings. So this is going to last me for the next 2 to 3 days. And being able to do it on Saturdays, again, I don't have like coaching calls. I'm just doing this live stream. Carrie's not working, thankfully, today. And then I get to just hang out with the kids the rest of the day. We'll probably go on a little walking adventure. We're going to do some gingerbread men. We're going to do some new decorating in their bedroom, some lights. My point of saying all this is knocking everything out in one go. So then you have free time, and it's not like everyday meal prepping. If you enjoy meal prep every day, cool, do it. But I find it's helpful to just knock things out every 2 to 3 days so that things are fresh and it's not always like stale. And I can like eat the same thing quite consistently. That's why I literally have the turkey bowl. Just easier. What am I going to eat? Cool. I just don't even have to think about it. And that's a pro tip for everybody is if you have like a recipe book, collect the things that you like, and then you can rotate through them. So if you're not sure what to even eat, back up. You're able to say, all right, I don't even know. This is something I do with my like clients. We do an auto number generator. So we have a number assigned to every recipe, and you just have it pick for you. And you're like, oh, cool, number 10 recipe. It's going to be turkey chili, or it's going to be chicken noodle soup, or it's going to be a spaghetti squash and meatballs. So you don't have to think about it. Then you just get the ingredients for the week. You have it planned every 2 to 3 days, maybe even a week, and you're good to go. So we've got our chicken in there. Now let's go to the next piece of what we're going to be getting into. Wait for it. Ooh, slow cooker Asian braised beef. So yeah, also if you guys have requests, probably going to put up a survey on what everyone wants to see next. So we'll do 1 large chopped onion, 3 carrots. With our onion, let me get my next cutting board. Oh, I got my cutting board here. Not even the Royal Craft one. We're going with our fruit and veggie one. And then I have screw the niche. Edamames. Ooh, the girls are going to be excited about the edamames. Hey, Lena, Tessa, who wants edamame beans? Oh, yeah. Well, I got like a bunch of different ones for them to try because I'm curious to see what their favorite brand is going to be. So I'm going to do these next. Put them in here now. This over here. Oh, yeah. That are only what you need, plant-based protein. And then we're going to get into the chocolate protein for the Reese's dessert. And I've got my carrots and celery. Okay. So we've got carrots. I'm going to do 3 carrots. We're going to do 2 stalks of celery. I already have them pre-diced. Sometimes I find it helpful to do that. So we're going to dump these in. Boom. Do 2 of these bad boys. And again, depends on how you want to do it, right? Do you want to spend money on things being pre-diced? Do you want to save a little bit of money? I find certain things are easier and more accessible to do than others. So like celery, I just like this particular brand and how they do it. The carrots to me aren't really that big of a deal. I also just have certain idiosyncrasies to it. So we're going to take the carrots next. Nisha's so pumped. She's like, what's going to be for me? These puppies up. I'm not even going to peel these bad boys. We're just going in raw. Not really. We're going to bust out Master Mason. Chop these puppies up. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the ends. We don't want those stumpies on the end. Boom. We got that out of the way. Now, it's cooked. Now, I'm not a master cutter, but, we get the job done. Yeah? So we got 3 carrots. We got 2 stalks of celery. Then we're doing 1 chopped onion. I have an onion I'm going to have to chop up. I do have also frozen peppers and onions, but that's going to be for my turkey bowl. But you can also get, all this pretty much pre-diced. Some things they just didn't have, like the onions, I didn't think about, honestly. I was like, I probably, in hindsight, would have gotten that. It's not that time-consuming or crazy. And then in general, what I have found is the kids do like to help cut. So being able to get friendly cutting knives and cutting boards and just letting them get involved, then they start to get a little bit more excited about the food. That's also another pro tip I would suggest for my parents out there that are having a hard time having their kids get veggies and different stuff in. I'm going to plop this back here while I'm dropping everything in. Boom. Go. Okay. A little bit for me. Got celery, we got that, we got that. Ooh, we got some garlic, we got our onions. We just need 1 onion over here. Let's see who we got. We got any questions? Thank you for the follow, by the way. I see you, Amazon customer. And again, tomorrow, guys, I'll be live again, 5:45 Eastern Standard Time, going over 5 lifestyle habits that will impact your performance for the new year ahead for 2026 and beyond. Okay? If you end up watching the replay on this and it's already past the new year mark, you can still do these things. There's no expiration limit or expiration on these habits. You can start them at any point, anytime, and they will have a positive impact. These will be 5 transformative habits. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a little preview. It's going to be exercise, nutrition, sleep, stress management, and brain stimulation and cognition. Okay, we're going to get into the details around how exactly we're doing those things. Onions. Did they not get chicken broth? Oh, there is. Hey, they forget the chicken broth on me because I already forgot the egg noodles. Tell me more, Hope Air. Let me know if you guys can hear Hope Air in the comments. I'm always curious. What's up? I see you on Facebook. Hold on. Let me check who that is. I didn't even see. But what's up, everybody? See who we got. Oh, what's up? Tony the Tiger. What's up, Anthony? Good to see you, man. How's it going? Happy holidays. Oh, what's up? Time to eat. You know it. That post-workout meal time. So we've got our onions. We've got our seasoning. Now I just got to get some garlic up in here. We're going to get our chicken broth. And then we're going to throw our pasta in. And that's pretty much it. I don't have garlic? What? This is where I'm going to make up with a bunch. I thought I had garlic, but apparently.
We do. It's behind the butter.
Oh, it's behind the butter. Yeah, we got garlic. Carrie knows. Carrie, listen. Listen. Hey, guys, at home. Everybody at home. Tell me if you're like me. If it's not right in front of your face, is it just not there? Is that how you guys are too? Because honestly, that's how I am. It's not
he doesn't
directly.
just mean literally. He means metaphorically as well.
Yeah, no, I mean like. Even with my lifestyle habits, it's not directly punching me in the face of why I should address it.
It doesn't exist.
It kind of doesn't really matter. I think we're using 3, right? Hold on, yeah, 3 cloves of garlic minced. So we're gonna smash and mince them. Not 1. Hope there's something about it.
She was just hungry. She's fine now.
Ah! Got 1, 2, 3. Boom. Garlic away. We'll put our carrots away. Oh my God. Baby carrots. We got the baby carrots. So again, we're gonna take the knife for flat side. And we're just gonna smash them really quick first. Carrie's gonna walk in front of the camera, killing the edits when we do this in the future. She does so much. It's like, Carrie, thanks for all you do.
Thanks.
Even though I'm very sarcastic and critical all the time.
Yeah.
And it's hard to recognize when I'm being sarcastic. I recognize that myself. Here's what I wonder if you guys are like me with this. Like, you're so sarcastic that it's really hard for the people around you to tell if you're being sarcastic. But to you, it feels very obvious. So that's something I get to routinely work on. I'm like, oh, that wasn't that obvious that I was being sarcastic. And it's like, no, not obvious whatsoever.
You're just mean.
Apparently, I'm just mean. Yeah. What's up, man? Oh, my friend. Yeah, happy holidays. Yeah, 100%, man. Happy holidays, all that good stuff. I'm actually going to be in New York for Christmas this year, man. I'm flying up. We're getting into Jersey Christmas Day at like 8:30 at night. Then we'll be on Long Island and then Staten Island. But I am pumped. We're taking the kids to see the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. We're going to do some horse and carriage rides. At least that's in the perfect world. We'll see what actually happens because who knows what life actually brings. Everyone might be having a meltdown that day. And it may just not happen. So I've learned to not be attached to all these little nuances.
Make plans, God laughs.
That's right. He's like, you don't even know what I got planned for you. Just you wait, Sonny. Now we're mixing up that garlic. Now after the garlic, that was close. That's why we knuckle up. When you cut, you knuckle up. You don't leave your fingertips out there. If I had my fingertips out there, it would have been dangerous. All right, we got 3 cloves of garlic. We've got our seasoning. Now we're going to throw in the chicken broth and the pasta. Then our slow cooker's done. Now we're going to get into the turkey bowl. Then we're going to get into our dessert bowl or our dessert meal. And that's perfect. I just got our chili powder too. It's going to be for the turkey. Sweet. Right, Bishers? Y'all better have given me 2. Oh, they only gave me 1. They're killing me. Oh, we're going to have to make the count for 1.
Chicken broth?
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. It is what it is.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's going to be so good.
But you only got 1 chicken broth?
Yeah. I got 2, but
yeah,
they only.
It's always a crapshoot.
But hey, it's going to be enough. It's just going to be less servings, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be enough for the pasta that we have. All right, so you got our chicken broth in. Hope Bear is going to town. We got our farfalle bottais, yeah? Drop these in here. And we're going to drop in our lasagna. So I'm using, again, different types of pasta instead of the egg noodles because I totally forgot to put the egg noodles in the shopping cart. So, voila. So that's our recipe for the day. Now let's get into everything else. But I want you guys to just see. Come see. Come see. Come see. Oh, yeah, wait. It's going to smell so good, too. Now we're going to kick it on. And in about 4 hours, we're going to have some delicious chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. All right, so now I'm going to throw this over here. Now it is time to get into our turkey bowl. I'm going to heat that up. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to prep our dessert. Got our meat chopper. I'm going to throw some olive oil on this bad boy. Really about 2 to 3 tablespoons just to lubricate the pan. Get it nice and slick and flavorful. Oh no, Lena bug. This is why I love a cast iron pan too. You keep that flavor inside. Put that heat up a little bit. Get our turkey. Frozen veggies. Boom, we got our chili powder, and that's pretty much it. While that's going, I'm going to eat my last. Now we're going to get into, oh yeah, we're going to get into the peanut butter cups with protein, man. So good. Oh, so good.
Okay.
What?
More yogurt.
That's not yours. That's for Lena.
Oh, Lena, do you want more yogurt?
We'll take that for later. Carrie, can you help me remember this with the portions? I already forgot.
Yeah, 3/4 cup of almond flour.
3/4, then a half and a half.
Yeah, no, then a 1/4 cup of the whey protein and a half cup of peanut butter.
So 3/4 of the flour.
Yep.
1 cup of what?
1 cup of, well, 1 cup will be of the chocolate. You need a half cup, this one right here, half cup for the peanut butter. And you need a 1/4 cup for the protein.
What we're going to do is I'm going to try something. So I haven't done this in the Vitamix yet, but I want to give it a go. Honestly, to see how the Vitamix is going to handle. What's the 1/4 cup for?
1/4 cup is for the protein.
Protein. Dude, I'm doing way more than that.
Oh, yeah?
I load it up.
I
do usually 2.
Oh, okay.
Like I do like a half a cup. And again, even in our 28-day reset, we talk about the strategies behind how you do this. So you can take recipes and learn how to transform them. We're actually going to be rolling out a dessert recipe as well. That is the next book we're working on. Again, just continuously refining all of the pieces. So we're going to put in the flour first. I'm probably going to throw in even like half a cup of milk here, or even... Harry, I'm kind of debating on throwing in one of these only what you needs because they're peanut butter cup along with the protein powder because I want to experiment. We're going to tinker. This is the fun part. It doesn't always taste good, but it's fun to like, for me at least, tinker. What do you think about that, Carrie? You care? Only what you need is a protein shake. I'm going to throw in a protein shake instead of milk because when I do it, I usually do milk.
Yeah.
Instead of just the dry stuff. So I'm curious what you think, if you have any insight. I'm genuinely asking.
I mean, if I'm going to eat them, I prefer to use milk.
Are you going to eat them?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, so I'll use milk.
Yeah, just because I don't really like the taste sometimes. Like certain protein powders I like, other protein powders I don't, and then when you mix them, it gets weird for me.
All right, so we're doing just straight up, and then we're going to do our chocolate powder.
I know I like that.
We'll do just straight up chocolate powder. Boom. And again, when you buy protein, y'all, if it doesn't have a seal or any supplement, that's how you know immediately that's a red flag. Big issue. Time to drop some veggies in here and take a moment. Oh yeah. Dropping in our turkey. Oh yeah. I think I took the turkey out a little too late. It's still a little frozen, so we're going to have to just take this little piece off. So let that defrost a bit more. Wash my hands again. So usually I like to let it defrost for, thank you for the follow, at least 24 hours, so it's like easy to do, but that's where the actual multi-pronged meat chopper is going to come into play. Being able to use this as the food heats up, stirring it. We're going to throw in our chili powder. I'm going to throw in some black beans as well. It's going to be good. So now it's going back to our dessert. Again, we threw 3/4 cup almond flour. I'm going to throw in 2 scoops, about a 1/2 cup of our protein powder. Thank you, Tammy. I see you. Appreciate you. And the thing I like about using chocolate is like pretty well mixed with what we're making. But sometimes I like to do a peanut butter flavor. And this is great. So look, it's got 21 grams of protein for 1 scoop, 140 calories. It's not the ideal ratio. I really like 30 grams of protein per serving for about 140, 150 grams. But it's got 2 grams dietary fiber, 3 grams of fat, 1 of those saturated. Really, overall, not bad. No sugar, no added sugars. Overall, pretty solid and flavor-wise, still really good. And quality ingredients. Again, organic, all that good stuff. So you got the protein powder in. I'm actually going to throw in 1 more scoop. Actually, we're going to keep it with the milk. So if I'm doing milk, I'm going to do a 1/2 cup of that milk. This. And then we're going to also do 1/2 cup of peanut butter. And what we're looking for from a consistency perspective is kind of dough. That's why I play with the liquids and all that. And this is the first time I've done the Vitamix, so I'm curious to see how it's going to come out. And Carrie, you don't want me to use the almond butter, right? You want regular peanut butter? Yeah. So now for the peanut butter that we just use no added sugar, but pretty simple nonetheless. And again, we're going to go with, I find it helpful to use a spoon with this to get it in and out. So I literally will just like spoon it out of here, get it in the 1/2 cup. So make sure we got the right serving. And I think I literally have just enough in this container. It's going to be like just the right amount. Yeah, it's like literally just the right amount of peanut butter. Dropping that in there. This is again going to be like a key consistency part and flavor for the peanut butter cups. So I get to use my finger here. Take the spoon clean. So we're going to jump that out of the way. So we pretty much got like lunch, dinner, and dessert knocked out for the next 2 days in one go here. All about that efficiency, y'all. Okay. So we got powder, we got the milk, we got the flour. Am I missing anything? Kara, am I missing anything? I did the flour, peanut butter, protein, milk. Am I missing something? Oh, yeah, the maple syrup. Do we have any more maple syrup?
Yeah, it's in the fridge.
Oh, actually, it was even almost directly in front of me. This is a 1/4 cup, so I'm not going to actually use a full 1/4 cup. I'm using it more for like half that, for like a couple tablespoons for consistency as well as flavor. Bam, boom. Now this is where it's going to get loud because I'm going to have to blend this up. So we're going to take this. That's where I think the Vitamix is so clutch. You can like do soups, you can do smoothies, you can do desserts, you can do all these different types of things. So we're going to kind of get this mixing. I'm going to do a couple pulses just to blend it up because we're not going crazy on this. Turn this puppy on. Make sure it's plugged in. And make sure I don't spill everything over here. Bam. Boom. Yeah, okay, we're blending it. We're blending it. Looks like it might be working. It's totally working. Maybe not. Maybe it got a little too stiff. Yeah. peanut butter kind of got me. I'm going to mix this up a little bit. Yeah, it's getting a little too stiff. We're going to have to put a little bit more milk in. A little splash of milk to help us out. It's pretty close. So maybe instead of doing like half a cup of milk, more of like 3/4 cup milk. And this is where even doing like the peanut butter powder can be helpful. This is where I use my little chopper to mix up the veggies to make sure nothing's sticking. Make sure we get the right flavor ratio that we want. We're going to let that turkey still got to kind of get heated up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. Get that milk mixed in there. I probably should have put the milk first. That was an amateur move doing the powder first, I'm going to be honest. But this is working. And honestly, I like this easier than having to mix it with my bare hands, if I'm being honest. I'm going to go smoothie now. Yes. Too much, but it's pretty much there. Let's just check the consistency. Again, if I go liquid first, this would have been, oh, that's actually really good. Oh man, that's actually really good. I would have, honestly, I should have just done the milk first though. That would have like been a little bit better. We're gonna splash in a little bit more milk and then we'll be super soft. Because then we're freezing this too, so it keeps the consistency a little bit more. So really I'm going like a cup of milk. That's like the max I would probably use. And then we're gonna blend this back up. Almost. Just gonna poke this a little bit more. Don't lift it up too high. All right. I'm probably gonna have to get a spatula in here at this point because, again, it would work if I just didn't do the powder first. Powder messing it up.
Is that right? Was that right?
I mean, it's good if I just would have went liquid first. So you were wrong. Unless, did you say put the powder first? I mean, put the milk first?
No, I just said it's going to need more liquid.
Yeah, and that's, I put milk in it, which is what I normally do. Yeah. So if I went with the liquid I normally do, this is actually really good consistency. I just want to have a little bit more of the liquid at the bottom. But here, come check this out.
Let me see.
This is like really good.
Yeah, I didn't feel like that was the tool for this job, but
dude,
adding liquid.
It is with the milk, like for real. Like, look at the consistency.
Okay.
It's just at the bottom, it's even better.
Yeah.
I just want to get a little bit more liquid at the bottom. And then the scooper's in here, right?
Yeah.
Watch out, Mish.
See, this is more liquid in general that I like for the research. I do like it.
Yeah, like I like it like that.
So it should work well for you.
Okay. So now we're going to take our baking sheet with our, what's that, parchment paper? Yeah, with our parchment paper. And now we're going to put it into little eggs. I like to use it. Oh my God. I like to use things slamming into stuff, like a little ice cream scooper, just to help get the right serving. So we have a consistent use per egg. And show you what I mean. So usually you get one like that. Boom, drop it right on. Boom. And then you can kind of, again, Carrie's really good at like shaping it, to be honest. I'm going to actually leave this right over here. Yeah, now we're getting the turkey to like kind of heat up a little bit, so I can kind of flip it. Boom. And this is where having the meat chopper is helpful. Like I can literally just turn it, twist off all the cooked parts, twist it around, bam. If it wasn't frozen, this would almost be ready to be like throwing the beans in and have the powder, but because the turkey's frozen, I'm gonna let it just kind of like heat and saute it a little bit more. But we're getting there. And already the chicken noodle soup starting to smell good. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. Get the egg noodles. These are my ADHD brain on full blast. And actually can be quite helpful. Down there. Yeah, there we go. I'm even gonna, we'll just break up. Oh, yeah, this is looking good, y'all. Might even throw one more thing of pasta. Yeah, that's assuming I have the right pasta. We're gonna have to leave it at that. Okay. Let's now get our Scooby Scoops going. All right, so now can we get our scoops? I should get about 12 out of this. That's like how I know if I did it right, the right ratio. You get about 12 eggs out of one recipe. Over a little bit. So I do like obviously 4 rows of 3. We're going to shape them a little bit, throw it in the freezer for about 30 minutes, like Carrie was saying. I'm going to let the last piece is just letting the chocolate melt. Or we literally just do about a tablespoon of coconut oil with our Ghirardelli chocolate chip. And then boom, you're coating, and you're good to go. These are delicious. I'm really glad Barry's like dialed this recipe in. We took one that was already online and just tweaked a couple things, like adding in some of the protein, I like the milk. Honestly, the consistency of it is really, I enjoy. Barry, maybe not so much. Maybe you guys will like it, maybe you won't. I recommend experimenting and playing with it as well. You might even get 14 out of this. Let's see. And I'll show you guys what these like balls are kind of looking like. And again, you could just leave them like honestly balls. You can make them into whatever shapes you want. We do little Christmas trees. One of the things I like is like taking cookie cutters and literally putting the like paste into the mold and just filling it out is also kind of fun. That's like another thing you could potentially do is like get whatever kind of shape mold you want. And yeah, we're definitely gonna get like 14, I think, out of this. 12. Boom, so there, we already got 12. Let me scooch this over. What? How's the Misha hair already in here? It's from the scooper. No. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm totally gonna get like potentially 14 out of this. Maybe we'll get 15, y'all. What do you think? I get 5 rows. Crazy. Oh yeah. Or I could always just make them a little bit bigger. But I'd rather have more volume and multiple pieces rather than bigger ones. So I find it slows me down. I can eat more. It's a nice little psychological trick for my brain chemistry that works really well. I don't know, though. I think because I did the powder first, it's also going to be a pain in the butt to clean. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not looking forward to that part of it. So if you guys are doing this recipe at home and you are going to use your Vitamix, do it. But powder first, like pretty much anything. I can't really think of a recipe that's like you do that. I mean, liquid first, not powder first. Right? Amateur move on my part. I'm being all right. I think we're pretty much here in the home stretch. Go, the last one. The last one that we're just gonna clean. Shape it, throw it in the freezer, and voila. Oh, dude, that's so good. We'll stop all the garbage stuff. One more time washing hands after I get these eggs shaped the right way. We gotta wash our hands one more time. I'm pretty much good to go. Really quick. There we go. Look at that. This is why I have the meat chopper. I can just break this up, mix it in. Pound of that ground turkey just easily being mixed in with the veggies. I got that bird's eye tri-blend, 1 pound organic, 99% lean ground turkey. We're going to throw in 1 can of black beans, 1 pack of organic chili powder, and then our turkey burrito bowl will be ready as far as the base ingredients. And then what I personally like is mixing in Greek yogurt instead of sour cream and doing cheddar cheese. But everyone's different on that. Now let's shape up our eggs here a little bit. And I'll show you guys what they're going to look like. Boom. Okay, nice frozen. This is where, again, you can use a mold, but like not necessary. I like the idea. I think I am going to play with, though, using a Christmas tree mold since it is that time of year. So for my next batch in the next day or two, when I do the next one, yeah, I go through these like a day or two, if I'm being honest. I'm probably going to be able to make another batch like tomorrow night or Monday. And the kids also like to eat it too. It's a great way for the kids to still have like a dessert, something sweet, but they get a little bit of protein, a little bit of fiber. It's better than having like processed peanut butter cups. I could even make these a little bit thinner if I wanted to, but we're gonna do a little bit of both. I think I'm gonna do some like more egg shapes, some more ball shapes. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, I can kind of see it. Had some ball-shaped ones, had some egg-shaped ones. Oh, no! No! Misha. Misha!
Don't give it to Misha.
All right. I'm taking a bite out of it, so I know it's mine. It's going to be on the end. I'm still going to eat it. I'm going to be real with this. Drop it in the freezer. Touch the top of the freezer. No. Very gentle here. Freezer 30 minutes. We'll take it out. Now it's time to just melt the chocolate. And then we'll get that on when it's ready. Turkey bowl is going to be ready. Good, baby. And now it's time to mangiaura. Again, if you guys got questions, let me know. If you're not following, subscribing, all that good stuff. We're going to be rolling out the dessert recipe book shortly in the next probably 3 to 6 months. I'm going to have that coming out. And then we're going to be making an update. We have our 28-day reset. What I'm doing is I'm going to be updating our next version. It's going to be the 100-day version of the plan. That talks about how you take this 28-day protocol and literally transform it into a 100-day plan, and then how you actually repeat that literally for the rest of your life, which we talk about in the 28-day reset to some degree, but I just want to enhance that. And now that we have our medical director on board, Dr. Eric, he's going to be reviewing it and also just helping me write the forward and signing off on a lot of the stuff we're talking about in it. And part of that is if you do want to do coaching with us, we now are accepting health insurance, and your health insurance can cover coaching costs as well as educational workshops and different things. Like we're going to be hosting a retreat in Joshua Tree, California this February. We've got 25 spots open. I think we booked 12 so far. So I think we have 13 spots left. We're also going to be doing remote passes. And now because it's education oriented, your insurance can cover some of the costs, if not all of the costs, depending on if you're coming out in person versus accessing like remotely, you'll get the whole thing covered by insurance. If you're coming out in person, it's not going to cover obviously your stay, like your housing or your food, but it'll cover the workshops and some of the costs related to that. So you get pretty much over a 50% discount on your tickets to our retreat. And honestly, when you sign up for our coaching, the retreat is for free. So if you just sign up for our coaching and you can use your insurance now to compensate for the coaching, literally you can get a pass to Joshua Tree, California for our 5-day retreat for free, more or less, like zero out-of-pocket costs. Your insurance will cover the portions of it that's supposed to for us. And then we gift you, myself and the LOF team, we gift you access to the health retreat. So with that being said, that's pretty much it, y'all. I'm going to heat up the chocolate chips now. We're going to get a cup of the chocolate chips melted and nice and gooey. Then we will good help watching.
Yeah, hope he's watching.
We're going to get again a cup. Take that cup. I'm going to do a tablespoon of coconut oil here. Now we're going to melt this up for about 2 minutes. And then I like to let it cool while we're letting the actual recipe freeze, the like actual pasted portion of it. Because by the time it cools, it's like the perfect consistency and temperature. So it doesn't actually like make the peanut butter cups fall apart. So we're going to heat that up for 2 minutes. I'll let it chill for about 30 minutes while that's in the freezer. And there we are. Drop them in. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we got our turkey bowl. That's pretty much done. We got seasoning in there. Chicken noodle soup. Got about 3.5 more hours. And we've got pretty much 12 portions of food for the next couple days. And we're going to have 15 protein-infused peanut butter cups. So for our house, it's plenty for the next 2 days at least. For me, realistically, probably 2 days spot on. And that's pretty much it. Hey, why is the back gate open? It's not. It wasn't. I gotta go lock it. Anyways, that's my cue to go lock it. Again, thank you everybody for joining. We got the cardio session in, our VO2 Max training. We got our cooking and meal prep in. I appreciate you guys participating, following, subscribing, commenting, checking it out. Make sure you are subscribed and following because I'll be back. I'll be doing pop-up sessions like this. So if you're subscribed, you get notified. Also on our newsletter, we're going to be announcing all of this. If you're watching somewhere and you want to check out the products, we have it in the shop. I have it in the description below. And lastly, we'll have our office hours tomorrow, 5:45 Eastern Standard Time, going over the 5 habits to your lifestyle that will impact performance, your overall health and wellness for 2026 and beyond. But stay tuned because I'll still be doing these body doublings and pop-ups during the holiday season. It's just going to be a little bit different because I'll be traveling to New York and back. So that's pretty much it. Make sure you're staying hydrated and cheers, everybody. Cheers and cheers.